Thank you for choosing Absco sheds. With the unique, patented snap-tight assembly system, the Absco range of metal sheds are quick and easy to assemble. To successfully assemble your metal shed, take the time to read the printed assembly instructions, including the warranty provided in your kit. Each component of an Absco shed is labelled and printed with part numbers. Check that you have all the parts prior to assembly of your metal shed. To use the quick and easy snap-tight assembly system, position the channels over the edge of the panels, then gently tap the channels by hand to lock them firmly in place. It's that simple. The first step is to assemble the splice channels for the rear and side walls. You will need to identify and locate the following parts. Insert the joiner into the first channel at an angle, and push down until you hear a click, ensuring the part numbers are facing the same way. Align the tool profile on the channel to the tool profile on the joiner. Repeat with the second channel. Use a 3mm drill bit to drill 2 holes, one on each side of the join. Secure the channels together by using 2 of the provided screws. Repeat these steps with the remaining parts and place all channels to the side. Next, you will need to locate and identify the rear wall components. Position the sheets on trestles to make assembly easier. Now join the sheets together using the screws provided. Position the correct perimeter channel to one end of the panel, gently tapping it over the snap-tight lugs, working along the panel until you reach the other end. Double check that every snap-tight lug is locked into the channel. Each perimeter channel must finish flush with the edges of the panel. The snap-tight system allows adjustment for this process by simply tapping the channel along the panel with a rubber mallet until each end is neatly flush. You have now completed the rear wall panel. Place this to one side and continue with the side walls of your shed. Identify the side sheets and the corresponding channels and gently tap the channels into position. Once finished, place the completed panels to one side. The first step is to assemble the splice channels for the roof. You will need to identify and locate the following parts. Assemble the channels in the same method as the previous panel. Once complete, place all channels to the side. Next, you will need to identify and locate the roof components. To begin with, lay out the roof sheets and join together using the screws provided. The pre-punched holes in the roof sheets indicate the bottom of the assembly. Position the roof perimeter channels along the top and bottom of the panel and gently tap in the snap-tight lugs, working your way along the channel as you go. Double check that each snap-tight lug is firmly locked into the channel. Next, screw the roof flashing to each end of the panel. Note that the flashing fits over the channel and the sheet as shown. Repeat this process for the other roof panel. Once finished, place the roof panels to one side. The next step is to assemble the spliced ridge beam. To assemble the ridge beam, you will require the following parts. Join the ridge beam together, ensuring there is a 2-inch overlap in the centre. Insert the ridge beam joiner into the centre of the connected ridge beams. Then turn the ridge beam over and place 4 Tek screws in 2-inch increments from the centre of each ridge beam. 8 screws are supplied with your Absco shed. Once finished, place the ridge beam to one side. The first step of the front panel is to assemble the splice channel framing. You will need to identify and locate the following parts. Insert the joiner into the channels as before, and screw the channels together using the screws provided. Move all of the constructed channels to one side. To complete the front panel, you will need to locate and identify these parts. Lay your sheets across your work area. Snap on the bottom channel and then the top channel. Now slide the door jambs on the left and right panels, ensuring that the jamb is under the channel as shown. Once in position, screw them to the panels. Now insert the invert channel below the door using the screws provided. Then slide in and attach the invert jamb above the door. Place the assembled front panel to one side. For the doors, you will need to locate and identify these parts. Lay out door sheet A and attach the top and bottom channels. Screw the hinge channel to the outer edge of the door. Then fasten the non-hinge channel to the opposite edge. Flip the door over to its reverse side and fit the lower brace across the door at 45 degrees from the bottom hinge corner to the midpoint along the outer edge of the door. Make sure each end of the brace fits underneath the channels. At this point, secure the brace with 2 screws from the back side of the door panel. These screws will temporarily hold the brace in place. Repeat this process for the top brace. Flip the panel back to the front side and secure the braces from the front. Remove the temporary screws and secure those from the front also. Attach the door plate with the 2 outer screws only. The other holes are for the pad bolt. Place the plastic safety caps over the exposed screws on the inside of the building. Repeat this process for door B. Once both doors are assembled, fit the pad bolt to the door plate. You can also add tower bolts in the inside of your shed for extra security. Place the assembled door panels to one side. To erect your shed, start with the back wall and one of the side walls. Align the panels up using the pre-drilled holes. The side wall channels fit into the notched front and rear wall channels. Once aligned, connect the panels using the screws supplied. Continue to join the remaining wall panels together and repeat this process for the front panel. Next, take the ridge beam and connect it using the screws provided to one of the roof panels. Slide the roof panel with the ridge beam attached on top of the erected wall, and at this stage secure with 1 screw at each corner. Then slide the other roof panel into position. Squeeze the roof panel into the roof beam, starting at one end and working your way across. Secure this with 1 screw at each end. After attaching both roof panels to the walls, secure all the remaining screws along the ridge beam as shown. Finally, secure the roof panels to the walls of your shed, starting from one corner. Repeat this process for the front and back panels. Take the gable cap and bend the top and bottom flanges as shown. Screw the top flanges to the roof panels using the screws provided for both gable caps. Then fold the bottom flanges under the roof flashing as shown. With the majority of the components in place, it's now time to hang the door. Drill the holes for the hinges and secure using the nuts and bolts provided. Fit the pad bolt to the door plate, drilling holes for the pad bolt retainer and secure with screws. It is also recommended that you anchor your shed to your concrete base, using the anchor kit provided with your shed. Your shed is now complete. For further help and advice about your Absco shed, please visit waltons.co.uk.